The throne chamber of the Zorethian Imperium glowed with iridescent blues and silvers, designed to intimidate visitors with its scale and elegance. Towering columns of living crystal pulsed with ethereal energy, and the ceiling shimmered with the reflection of stars from orbit. The human ambassador, Commander Elias Voss, stood alone before the grand dais. He wore the uniform of Earth's newly formed United Planetary Alliance, simple, functional, and devoid of ornamentation. In contrast, the Zorethian royal court shimmered with exotic fabrics, scale-plated armor, and genetically engineered beauty. Crown Prince Sorik Khan, heir to the Zorethian Star Empire, barely 19 cycles old, reclined on his throne as if bored. His 6 fingers drummed idly against the armrest, and his slit-pupiled eyes scanned Voss like one with a piece of scrap metal. "You humans come here with nothing," Sorik said coldly, his voice amplified by the throne's harmonic relay. "No lineage, no psionic mastery, no Starforged bloodlines. Just primitive technology and that ugly flesh hanging from your bones." A few chuckles echoed from the alien courtiers, but Voss didn't react. His face remained still. No flinch. "Number." Retort. Sorik leaned forward, his voice sharper. "I hear your kind have only just crawled out of your gravity well. It's laughable. Why should the Imperium even acknowledge such dirt-born savages?" Voss met his gaze. Not with fury or wounded pride, but with something far more unsettling. Pity. He turned. Without a single word, the human commander pivoted on his heel and walked away, silent, measured, as if the entire court was unworthy of a response. The chamber fell into stunned silence. Sorik's smile wavered. "What is the meaning of this?" He snapped. "Is this how humans conduct diplomacy?" Voss didn't answer. The towering doors opened automatically as he approached, and within seconds, he was gone, swallowed by the corridor beyond. "What just happened?" whispered one of the ministers. The High Vizier, a 1,000-year-old seer with veins like glowing ivy, frowned deeply. "I don't know, but I felt something shifting." Hours later, as the Zorethian court resumed its indulgent routine, a tremor shook the palace. Not from a seismic fault, but from orbit. Then the star field above the crystalline ceiling flickered and vanished. A shape now hung there, a vast angular silhouette. Matte black, without any lights, almost invisible against space. But its sheer, size-occluded stars themselves. It was the UPA dreadnought Eisenhower. And it hadn't been there minutes ago. Zorethian scanners, famed for detecting ships days before arrival, had shown nothing. No warp signature, no gravitational ripple, nothing. It had just appeared. And then their planetary defense grid went. Dark. Panic spread like fire. Prince Sorik stood in the control tower, watching as every defense node failed to respond. "Impossible," he muttered. "This is a Death World-class fortress planet. How?" The chamber's holoscreen activated. Commander Elias Voss appeared seated calmly aboard the Eisenhower, sipping something from a ceramic mug. Coffee, perhaps. "We came in peace," he said quietly, "but we do not come weak." "Your insult was noted," Voss continued, "and dismissed. We don't need your approval. We offered alliance. You spat on it. We don't return insults. We simply remove threats." "You," Sorik began, but Voss raised a finger. "Let me finish." Behind him, on screen, Zorethian spaceports flickered out, disabled by precision electromagnetic pulses. No casualties. No damage. Just deactivation. "You mocked us for lacking psionic abilities," Voss said. "You should have considered what it means to master physics instead of mysticism." The screen cut off, and a second later, every Zorethian warship above the capital shut down in perfect synchrony, frozen mid-orbit. The Galactic Council gathered within hours. Emergency session. Zorethian. Representatives demanded sanctions, action, anything to save face. But the council members only asked one question. "You insulted a human ... and he walked away." They didn't laugh. They looked afraid. Because in all of galactic history, No one had ever seen a Death World species walk away quietly. That kind of silence was never a retreat, It was a warning. Weeks later, a new embassy was opened in Earth orbit. Delegations flooded in. Treaties were signed. No one ever insulted humanity again. Not out of fear, but because the galaxy finally understood. Humanity didn't need to prove anything. They already knew who they were.